Hello.
Hi. Is it gonna be echoey?
Pause. Is that any better? Check, check. Not really.
So 2 weeks ago, we did the jewelry cabinet build for me. It was super fun, but I asked Mike afterwards, how did he learn to do all that stuff? Because he was really good at everything he did, and he never had any training. I didn't know how he did it.
And I didn't really have a good answer for her. Basically, I used to be able to not do stuff, and then I did some stuff, and then now I can do stuff. And everything from carpentry to mechanics to electronics to even just design stuff has all kind of compounded on top of each other, and now I feel comfortable kind of tackling almost anything. It kind of clicked for me that I prefer the things that I build over the things that I can buy. And it started with the table that we're actually sitting at right now. So basically they needed high top tables, but they used this room other days of the week for meetings and things like that, so they needed to be able to roll away. But I didn't want to just put casters on them, so I made it where you put this little socket on here, turn, and the wheels pop up. So how it works is you've got a rod going across the center, and you've got an oblong circle here, and then the wheels are attached to the bottom. So when you turn the handle, the wheels come up. I got to thinking all of the different stages of DIY competency that I can remember, and this is what I came up with. I think there's 4 stages to DIY know-how.
Stage 1, unavoidable frustration. This is me. It feels like every project that I start just turns out horribly.
And for me, I can remember back to when I was 15 or 16, I installed a car stereo in my first car, and it ended up horrible. The thing in the dash was all shaky, and I broke a bunch of trim pieces. At this stage, you need very clear step-by-step instructions to get you through any project, and if even one step is unclear, then your whole day is ruined.
Stage 2 is questionable confidence, and this is when you show your finished project to your friends and they compliment it through a forced smile.
And for me, this is when nothing was quite as good as store-bought, and it was the joinery that was the worst for me. In any sort of woodworking project, everything was kind of just slightly crooked or overhanging. Nothing was ever plumb, level, or square. But at this point, you're really proud of your work and you want to show it off, and you think you can tackle anything.
Stage 3 is passing grade, and this is when you can see something on Pinterest and pretty much replicate it.
And for me, this is when things aren't quite as good as they could be when you buy them at the store, but you're still really proud of it, and to an untrained eye, no one can really tell the difference. At this stage, no specific instructions are needed, but you're really just copying a lot of other people's work. You're not really doing anything original or on your own. Stage 4, better than buying. This is when you start to notice faults in manufactured materials that you kind of, when you set out to do a project, you can not only just see the end result and vision it, but you can also see the problems that you're gonna have along the way. You don't need any instructions. You kind of visualize it in your own mind and see what you're gonna need to do every step of the way. You can often build or fix things cheaper, better, and sometimes even faster than hiring someone else to do it. And this is the point where you prefer your own work over something that you can buy in the store.
From there, you start developing your expertise and you become a master craftsman.
My parents and I recently had a conversation about how people aren't as capable as fixing or repairing their own things as I expect. I'm not so sure about that, but it brings up the question, is everyone capable of going through the 4 stages of DIY? I think with the internet and YouTube at our fingertips, anybody can learn how to turn a wrench or pound a hammer.
Where I think most people have trouble is in the diagnosis, because anyone can change the battery in their car, but not everyone can figure out why their car isn't starting.
And this is where the paradox of the heap comes in, because as you slowly acquire skills by getting just slightly out of your comfort zone, eventually all that knowledge compounds and you develop some basic problem-solving skills.
What do you guys think though? Is anyone capable of fixing a leaky toilet or changing their own oil?
Or do some people simply lack the aptitude to take care of things for themselves? Let us know in the comments below. Bye guys.
Bye.